Hi everyone, Shan Barucha here. I'm the product specialist for iLink and IoT at Pepperl+Fuchs. In the previous video, we highlighted some of the features we offer with our MQTT client on the iLink masters ICE2 and ICE3. And in this video, we will connect our iLink masters MQTT client to a famous MQTT broker, that is Mosquitto. You will learn about different configuration options that come up with our iLink master that can facilitate your IoT goal. So without any further ado, let's get started. As we can see on the table, I have my iLink master, that's the field mountable ICE2, connected and powered up. And over here we have two iLink devices, the R200 distance sensor and the HF RFID read-write head IQT1. Moreover, I have my laptop that's connected to my iLink master via the Ethernet cable running via the Ethernet switch. Further in the video, I'm going to use Port Vision DX to first find the IP address, and then on the web interface of the iLink master, we're going to head to the configuration tab for MQTT, and I'm going to take you through different settings that come up with how to connect your broker and all the other configurations that makes the MQTT implementation on this master really, really powerful for industrial IoT.
To get started, I'm assuming that you have the iLink master that has the latest application base. Moreover, you have an IP address. If you don't have either of those, I would suggest going to our channel. We have videos that show how to update the master. Moreover, the IoT starter kit video shows how to use all the software tools to come to this point. Moreover, I'm assuming you have the attached IODT files. If you don't have, just follow the video for IoT starter kit, which shows how to do that. So to get started, I have my IODT files already on the master. Under diagnostics, I can see under MQTT, my MQTT client is disabled, which is disabled by default. So next, what I want to do is I want to go to the configuration settings page. Under the configuration settings page, I'm going to go to the MQTT section, and we can see there are a bunch of options. We are going to touch base on a majority of these. So to get started, I'm going to click Edit on the right hand side and firstly enable the MQTT client. Under the message structure, we can see that it says JSON MQTT. You also have an option to select Spark+B. Here I'm going to select JSON MQTT, and in another video we're going to talk about Spark+B. Furthermore, over here it says server name or IP address. Oh, I have entered the IP address of the MQTT Mosquitto broker that's running on my laptop. That's why it's a local IP address. The port is 1883 for non-encrypted brokers. For encryption, you have to change this to 8883. Those are two standard ports, but they can vary depending on the broker you're using. In this case, I'm not using SSL or TLS, so that's false. And if it's true, then you have to work with these settings that take in the certificate, server certificate, and then keys, and then client certificates. Depending on your broker, these will vary on what you have to enter. Some brokers take in a username or password, which you can enter over here for your broker. The client ID is really important. In this case, I've typed in ICE2. In case you're using multiple masters connected to the same broker, make sure these client IDs are unique, else you'll have issues. Broker retention, if you want to turn on, you can turn it on. If you want to turn it off, that all depends on your application. Last will and testament is really great way for your connected clients to know if this client has got disconnected as the broker. If this flag is turned on, the broker keeps track of the client. As soon as the client disconnects, it sends a packet to all other clients subscribing to this client that a disconnection has happened. Keep a lifetime depending on your application. Quality of services. So we have 3 quality of services for MQTT. Majority people just use it for quality service 0. That's at most once. Because it's a recurring data and most probably you won't lose it. But it's also the fastest way to send MQTT data, as quality service 1 and 2 requires a packet back from the broker as an acknowledgement, which can take a round of circle time. Topic-based path. This is important because as we know, MQTT work on topics, and you can define your base topic. In case you have multiple masters, you can have multiple different types of base topics to differentiate the topic structure. These 2 settings are related to Spark+B, so group name and node name, which we're going to look into it in the future video. In case your client doesn't allow some of the JSON characters, you can just make it true, and it's going to just remove those characters. Moreover, that's the client publish interval, which is set to 10 seconds. You can make it faster or slower depending on your liking. If you want to change parameters, you have to make sure ISU parameters are enabled is turned on. And in case you want an MQTT timestamp from the NTP server on the master, you just have to enable these. So I'm going to click on save. Apart from that, we see a bunch of port-related configurations. Interval minimum published data means that how much minimum time you want or how fast you want the master to react to the change of data. Moreover, if you want the data to be sent after an interval, even if the data is not changed, you can do it by giving it a published data interval max. If you want to write to outputs on each port, you have to make sure the PDI write enable is turned on. And the PDI filter field and PDI filter deadband type and PDI filter deadband value, these are all related to Spark+B, which we are going to take a look in the future video. So once I've enabled it, we can go to the MQTT diagnostics page, and over here, if we notice, we can see now it says MQTT client enabled and MQTT client status connected. So that's good. And here we see it's showing the IDD parse values. So these are the structures where we're going to see the values coming into the clients that are connected to the broker. And over here, I'm showing an MQTT Explorer, which is another client connected to my Mosquitto broker and subscribing to the topic on port 1. And once I'm subscribed, I can see my PDO data structure. That's a JSON, and here we can see it shows a distance, a switching signal 1 and switching signal 2, all are pre-parsed for me. And if I move my sensor, it's changing the distance data. So with that, we are good.
And with that, we saw how easy it is to get your iLink master ICE2 or ICE3 talking to a MQTT broker in no time. Moreover, we saw all the configuration options that don't just facilitate your connection to the broker, but also can help you in integration on your on the IoT side. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.